BTS News Today. In the silence of the South Korean entertainment world that had seemed so perfect, the world was shocked by an unexpected leak. An hour ago, a secret document circulated that sparked turmoil among BTS fans and the wider public. The document concerns two big names who have never been out of the spotlight, Park Jimin and Jimin Jungkook. Not only about their closeness that has been the talk among the army, but also about the facts that have been closely hidden by the agency and those closest to them. The leaked document first appeared in an anonymous post on an online forum known as the source of leaked information from the Korean entertainment industry. The forum, often seen as a gathering place for informants in the K-pop industry, suddenly ran a post with the striking headline, "Secret Documents: The Real Facts About Jimin and Jungkook." The upload was supplemented by screenshot images of several pages of documents that appear to be from the internal archives of the HYBE labels agency. Not long after, the post spread quickly on social media. Hashtags like #JungkookTruth, #DocumentJiminJungkook, and #HYBEBoker became trending in less than 15 minutes. Armies from all over the world began to study the contents of the leak, translating every line of the document with curiosity and trepidation. Most of them were shocked. Not a few even admitted to crying after reading some parts of the contents of a very personal and sensitive document. One of the most shocking contents of the document is an internal report that records the emotional dynamics between Jimin and Jungkook over the past 5 years. According to the document, the relationship between the two is not just limited to group mates or close friends. There are records of their psychologists and personal managers who mention that their closeness transcended professional boundaries. Some parts of the document stated that they had gone through difficult times together, including internal conflicts, anxiety, and periods of estrangement that were deliberately not made public in order to preserve the group's image. The most touching is the part when Jimin writes a personal letter to HYBE's team of psychologists, expressing his fear of losing Jungkook due to pressure from the outside world. The letter, although written in a private format, became part of an internal archive as it concerned Jimin's mental state that needed to be monitored. In the letter, Jimin said, "I know everyone sees us as idols, but I just want Jungkook to stay by my side as someone who makes me feel important. In the midst of all the spotlight, I was afraid of losing him just because we were too often interpreted by the public." Jungkook also has an emotional record. In one well-documented therapy session, he confessed that Jimin's presence was the only thing that kept me going when I didn't know who I was behind the scenes. He described Jimin as his home, where he felt safe from all the pressures of the outside world, and stated that although they could not name their relationship clearly in front of the camera, he hoped that one day they could be free from all restrictions. Not only that, the document also contains details about major events in their lives that have never been disclosed to the public. One of them was when Jimin had a crisis period in 2021. The document stated that Jimin felt disoriented and was thinking of withdrawing from the group's activities. At that time, only Jungkook knew this, and he encouraged and accompanied Jimin every night in the dorm, making sure his best friend did not dissolve in the dark. "He slept on my bedroom couch for 2 weeks, just to make sure I got up and ate," Jimin wrote in one section of the private report. The reaction from HYBE was not long in coming. In an official statement issued shortly after the document went public, HYBE stated that it was part of a private and internal archive that should not be consumed publicly. They deplored the leak and called it a serious violation of their artist's privacy. "We are investigating how the documents were leaked and will take legal action against those responsible." Jimin and Jungkook are professionals who have worked hard for more than a decade, and they deserve privacy and respect, HYBE said in a statement. However, this statement could not stop the growing wave of reactions. BTS fans, especially those who have been following Jimin and Jungkook's interactions for a long time, feel that the document makes it clear what they have been feeling but cannot express. Many of them felt that this truth opened their eyes that relationships between members are not only about professional work, but also about feeling, caring, and deep connections. There is also a touching part of the document that tells how Jungkook once secretly celebrated Jimin's birthday in a way that was not known to the public. He ordered a special cake decorated with pictures of their memories, and slipped a handwritten note containing a wish for Jimin to remain the son in his life. The note Jimin even kept in his wallet until now, according to one of the staff interviewed in the document. When reporters tried to contact those closest to them, including former staff, vocal coaches, and some choreographers, most declined to comment. But there is one dance coach who admitted that he was not surprised by the content of the document. They are two very connected people. In every exercise, even in silence, you could see them understanding each other without a word. There is an inner communication that no one else has, he says. Reactions from fellow BTS members began to emerge, although most have yet to give a direct statement. However, a source said RM and Suga were concerned about the leak because it could have a big impact on Jimin and Jungkook's psychological condition, especially during their military service. Moreover, at the moment, both are carrying out military service in different places and have not yet had time to give a direct response. Among the army, there was also a solidarity movement titled #ProtectJungkook, which called for respect for the privacy of Jimin and Jungkook. Many of them chose not to spread further copies of the document, instead focusing on sending support, love letters, and warm wishes to the two idols. In the midst of all this controversy, the public was faced with a big question. How far is the line between the personal and public life of an artist? The leak not only shook the world of BTS fans, but also became a mirror of how society demands honesty from public figures, but often forgets that they are also human beings with personal space that is worth keeping. Not a few also think that what is revealed in the document actually shows the beauty of Jimin and Jungkook's relationship. Not just any gossip or scandal, but a deep story about two individuals who take care of each other and heal in the midst of a stressful world. The fact that they have to hide that closeness in order to maintain a balance between image and reality is a portrait of the bitterness of the entertainment world that is often wrapped in a sweet smile and a sparkling stage. To date, Jimin and Jungkook have not given a direct statement regarding the contents of the document, but the public knows that when the time is right, they will talk in their own way. Maybe in the lyrics of a song, maybe in a smile on stage, or maybe in a silence that holds a million meanings. Whatever the truth behind the document, one thing is certain: Jimin and Jungkook's relationship is real. And today, an hour after the world learned part of the story they were hiding, the world bears witness that behind the splendor of the stage, there are two hearts that continue to try to take care of each other. A story not to be questioned, but to be respected.